And hello everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of my Halo Combat Evolved Let's Play. Kind of doing these for archival purposes, really. But, welcome to one of my favorite levels.
The Covenant believe that what they call the silent cartographer is somewhere under this island. The cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center. The island has multiple structures and installations. One of them contains the map room.
We're approaching the LZ. It's gonna be hot. Get set to cut out swing. Touchdown! Hit it, Marines!
Got the Halo theme playing in the background. Got a bunch of Marines, open beach battlefield. Like, this is one of the best levels in Halo Combat Evolved. Marines once again shooting themselves. Ooh, I love this level.
Affirmative. Echo 419 inbound.
Then we got the Warthog section.
Hey, I didn't know you made house calls, Bohemmer. You know our motto. We deliver.
I love the classic Pelican design. Something I'm glad they're going back to with Halo Infinite is the more angular kind of gunship looking design rather than the... I mean, admittedly a bubble canopy might be a bit more realistic,
Okay, let's move
maybe,
out. Let's
but
go
it's
find
not
the
nearly as
map that
iconic.
shows the location of Halo's control center.
Marine walking in front of the Warthog there. That's almost a death sentence, Marine. You gotta be careful.
Firing!
One thing that I'm glad they definitely changed a little bit in later games is actually the noise they used for the Warthog's engine. It can be a little grating when you're going full speed for a bit. So
Keep it steady for me. There's no running!
that's the one thing I do like about the game. Even though the vehicle physics is very loose and floaty,
Yeah, and a brick wall. I'll bet the silent
but even though the
inside that facility.
Marines, or even though the vehicle controls are very loose and floaty, here I go. And you can see the FPS chopping up a bit there. I don't think I ever actually explored that cave, weirdly enough. I'll have to check that out at some point, actually. But, even though the vehicle's physics was floaty and the like, it was still really easy to kill enemies with your vehicles, because in Halo 1, your vehicles, like moving vehicles, for some reason were an instant kill if you got touched by it. Whether there was anyone in it or not. And I believe this was actually because of a weird quirk with the original Halo Combat Evolved game engine. For whatever reason, the game engine couldn't handle vehicle physics very well initially.
Covenant are putting up a real fight.
And this is also noticeable in another video game, actually, called,
That room should be at the bottom floor of this facility.
Stubbs
Don't
the
let them lock the
Zombie,
doors.
I think. I killed the Energy Sword Elite. But sadly, he'll respawn, because that's scripted. So... Nope, the grunts.
Interesting. I underestimated the Covenant's understanding of Halo's subsystems. They've locked the doors, and we don't have enough firepower to get through them.
Cortana to Keys.
I mean, you'd think it being just a door that the Master Chief could pry it open, but, you know, what do I know?
Captain. The Covenant have impeded our progress. We can't proceed unless we can disable this installation's security system.
Understood. We're still en route to the objective. I may be out of contact. Here are your orders. I want you to use any means necessary to force your way into the facility and find Halo's control center. We have to get to the center before the Covenant. Failure, people, is not an option.
Echo 419 to ground.
Now,
I'll stay on station and keep an eye out for Covenant bogies.
this is actually an interesting point here. In this level, we actually disable some of Halo's security systems. Now, it's never outright stated that this is the case, but it's theorized, and I actually kind of agree to a point.
It looks like there is a path into the interior of the island.
Also, I just want to bring up, why is there another Warthog here? Like, was there a previous assault team before us? Who knows? But more importantly, as I was saying, it's never been confirmed one way or the other, but theory goes is the fact that the disabling of the security systems on this level helped to release the flood that we see later in the game. You know, it actually disabled the flood's holding cells, which it's plausible, I think. Obviously, it's never been confirmed one way or the other, so who knows? It could be that this did disable some parts of the flood's containment, and that allowed the Covenant to then break them out on accident, not realizing what they were doing. Goodbye, dead elite. But yeah, that's an interesting theory, though, that, you know, in this level, which we're going to see, disabling the security system actually helped to release the flood. Nobody knows for certain if that's the case, but, you know, it's an interesting theory nonetheless. And here comes, I think, what is the first, it's supposed to be a boss fight with hunters, but, yeah, the pistol makes very quick work. Trying to find a way to damage myself. There we go. Fresh overshield. I love that about Halo 1. The overshields in the game. But, yeah, the hunters were originally supposed to be these kind of intimidating pseudo-boss fight sort of things. But because of the way they're programmed, the Halo 1 pistol just shreds them. Weirdly enough, in the Halo 1 beta, as it were, the beta version before release, the hunters actually they had less health than they do at launch, and but explosive weapons do like only 25% damage to them. So you can kill them very quickly with an assault rifle, but a rocket launcher is like incapable of killing them in the beta version. This was changed in later versions. Obviously, the rocket launcher is perfectly capable of killing them in this version of the game, the base version. Here comes one of the more interesting fights of the game. Obviously, the Covenant are here, and they know what they're doing. Hunters! Raw! Dead. Dead. Very dead hunters. In fact, even on Legendary, hunters are not really an issue. I mean, sure, they can kill you in like 2 hits, but you can kill them in 1.
Shut down the security system.
I'm doing some browsing in this footage showing, like, this level geometry is fully rendered. And as you can see, the plasma grenade stuck all the way down there. It is fully rendered. You're not ever supposed to go down there because there's nothing there. But it is. So that's a very cool detail.
Good. That
And
should open the door that
you can see the dead sword elite in the cutscene. Yeah, this is actually the really hard part about this level on the higher difficulties.
Dropship Bravo 22 taking enemy fire. Repeat, we are under heavy fire and are losing altitude. Understood. We're on our way.
I know what's coming. It's invisible elites. Oh, I just realized the cutscene removes her overshield. That's annoying. Huh. Yeah, those elites on Legendary are an absolute pain in the ass to get past, because not only can they kill you really quickly, it's hard to see
Bravo
them.
22 was bringing us some heavy weapons. After I saw we were up against hunters, I thought you could use them. Let's move down the beach. Keep an eye out for any cargo we can salvage.
I decided to go backwards, because honestly, you don't really need the rocket launcher in this level. It's unnecessary when you have the pistol. So, in later games, this would be corrected, and, you know, I like that they actually have reinforcements brought. I am very glad to see that we're actually... These are like slightly armored jackals with the beak-like armor. We're actually seeing those return in Halo Infinite. So I'm really glad to see that making a comeback. Because that style of jackal had only ever been in Halo 1 for quite a long time. Otherwise it had always been the Halo 2 style jackal. And then the whatever 343 calls jackals in 4 and 5. The raptor-looking things. Yeah, this is really the last level where we actually have, like, proper marine support. After this, it's mostly on our own. Go figure. And it sets the tone really well in that the levels where we have the marines, it's shown that they're very expendable. They die very quickly. And then after that, it shows how much... Dead. It shows how deadly you are as the player, and that you would achieve objectives that would take dozens of Marines to take care of as a single person.
Stay on target. Who's the man?
On the Anniversary Edition, this is actually this little island here on the beach. This is where the skull would be located. It's a pretty nifty detail on the Anniversary Edition. Just in the base game, there's really no reason to be up here. It's just a floating island. Well, not floating. It's just an island in the middle of the beach. There's a waste of the overshield past me. Why would I do that? Silly Mikey. Why would you do that? I think I ended up going with the rocket launcher anyway. Just because. That's not what I wanted. Here I am debating. I was debating while playing whether I should have the pistol or the rocket launcher. Or pistol or assault rifle. Yeah. Yeah, the Marines of this level are doomed, unfortunately. Sadly enough. Yeah, looking back on it, listening to it playing, like to the noise of the Warthog, it gets very irritating over time.
Get me an angle.
Definitely something that I'm glad they fixed in later games.
Right on.
That's a very dead Jackals. And even the amazing hunters are no match for old school Halo vehicle physics, except for when I almost fell off there. Although they died to the Marines' gunfire anyway, so, you know. I just want to kill everybody. You can actually get through most of this game with by not killing a large chunk of the enemies in the way. You can just run past them. Not recommended for some enemies, like, you know, energy sword elites. Those guys will fucking chase you to the ends of the earth. But you can do it. No sword elite in sight. Here's an extra little Easter egg thing. You don't have to go here. This cutscene only plays if you actually immediately step out onto this little platform. But you don't have to. It's a optional cutscene. And it's a very nice cutscene showing the scale of the machinery. Little thing. But yeah. If you know what you're doing, you can actually skip large chunks of this level by jumping down there and then having to walk all the way back up. I go the proper way. Dead elite at the start. Sneaky Master Chief. Yeah, the red grunts can actually survive 2 melee hits. Not the normal yellow grunts. They die to 1 hit. He almost rolled off. I love the ambience that this particular section of the game takes on, because it takes on a very kind of mysterious ambience. It's very well done. You can hear the hunters walking around. This is what, worth a rocket launcher. Boom. Yep. I love the Halo rocket launchers. It's just so awesome. It's just some dead hunters. This level can actually be a little confusing because you see a lot of the same kind of gray passageways type stuff.
Full hammer to ground teams. You've got 2 enemy dropships coming in fast.
Damn it. Okay, people, we got company coming. Let's set the table. Engage enemy forces on site.
It'll be easier to hold them off from inside the structure. Can you get inside?
Negative. They're closing in too fast. Negative. Chief, you gotta find the cartographer. We'll keep him busy as long as we can.
Give him hell, Marine. We'll be in a tight spot if we don't get out of here before additional reinforcements arrive. Let's find that map.
Invisibility. Yeah, the Marines were always doomed in this level. Interestingly, your flashlight doesn't work while you're invisible, which is kind of funny. Yeah, you see what I mean about the geometry kind of repeating and stuff? It's par for the course for old school Bungie Forerunner geometry. It blends in together very well. One way down. Yeah, the elites are actually pretty brutal in this game. Like, they melee you when you get up close. They're accurate, a lot more accurate than the grunts are. Obviously, if you see the gold elites with the energy shields, they can be pretty terrifying. Especially on the higher difficulties, because if they reach you, it's a one-hit kill.
There. That holo panel should activate the map.
Gotta go to the right side.
Analyzing. Halo's control center is located there. That structure appears to be some sort of temple or shrine, if I've interpreted this correctly.
I think it was the flashing light, the flashing one. Yeah, right there. See the flashing one? I believe it's that location that she's talking about.
The captain has dropped out of contact, Cortana. His ship may be out of range or having equipment problems.
Keep trying. Let me know when you've re-established contact, and then tell him that the Master Chief and I have determined the location of the control center. We'll be heading there as soon as we're topside.
Yeah, this is a one-way area. And now the Covenant are pressing the advantage even more than they were previously. Here I am trying to figure out where to go. Rocket launcher for the win! I do hope the classic rocket launcher makes a return for the for Halo Infinite, as well as the more traditional shotgun. I don't necessarily mind the new shotgun, but replacing the old school style shotgun with the new one just because is very irritating. And I hate it when 343 does that. They did that with the Halo, with the rocket launcher in Halo 5. And, well, it bit him in the ass, so... That goes down. Trying to figure out the best way to murder these people. Rocket launcher to the face. Best way to kill. Getting pretty low on pistol ammo, though. One thing I hope, I didn't really notice this with, we get some Needler action here. One thing I didn't notice from the gameplay footage that they showed is whether ammo will be, like, large ammunition capacities will be a thing. But, I hope that that weapons with large ammo capacities will make a return in Halo Infinite, because I think it would just make sense to have larger ammo capacities, at least for the campaign. Because, you know, it's the campaign. And especially since we're going open world, I don't necessarily want to always have to be switching a weapon every 30 seconds or so of combat because I keep running out of ammunition. Like, that gets very tedious. Here I go. Time to murder the Sword Elite with Covenant weapons. If I can figure out where I'm supposed to go. Music is always epic. That's something I think we don't have anything to worry about for Halo Infinite. You can tell I'm playing the original Halo Xbox version by the splash effect on the Jackal's energy shields. There we go, dead Sword Elite with a Needler for the win. Because the Needler is pretty fun. Not a particularly effective gun, really, in any version of Halo, except maybe Halo 3. That one's very good at killing brutes. But for the most part, the Needler's never really been a scary gun. I forgot that there were, like, shield or like invisible elites in this area. Thankfully, shield elites don't have a lot of health, and they straight up don't have energy shields. Which is an interesting choice. Yeah, the invisible elites straight up don't have energy shields. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching, listening to me ramble on and stuff. I've been really enjoying this, honestly. And, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Let's get moving. Hammer, here are coordinates and a flight plan I've worked up.
Cortana, these coordinates are underground.
The Covenant did a thorough seismic scan, and my analysis shows that Halo is honeycombed with deep tunnels, which circle the whole ring.
I hope your analysis is on the money, Cortana.